All right, so you're here with us because you like to get right to the good stuff, right? The real insights you know. And today, we're diving into something pretty big. We're talking about a 40-year-old puzzle in quantum physics, specifically about quantum entanglement and how it's finally been solved.
Yeah, this has been a pretty major question in quantum physics for a long time. It wasn't just some small detail. It was a fundamental question about how these entangled particles actually behave in experiments. And now we have an answer. A new paper was just published in Nature Physics by Barizien and Jean-Daniel Bancal. They're from the Institute of Theoretical Physics.
Okay, so can you remind us what quantum entanglement is again? I know it has something to do with spooky action at a distance, right?
Right. It's this incredible phenomenon where two particles are linked together no matter how far apart they are. So like if you measure the state of one particle, you instantly know the state of the other, even if they're, light years away. It's really mind-boggling.
It definitely sounds spooky. But what was this big puzzle that scientists were trying to solve for 4 decades? And why is this important for us to understand?
Well, the real puzzle was in trying to fully understand the statistical patterns that we see when we measure these entangled particles, specifically in these experiments called Bell tests.
Bell tests.
These tests are designed to basically see if the strange correlations predicted by quantum mechanics are actually real. And what's been so puzzling is that while we could observe these correlations, we didn't have a complete picture of all the possible statistical outcomes. We could only see, pieces of the puzzle.
So we knew the pieces fit together, but we didn't know what the whole picture looked like.
Exactly. We were missing some crucial pieces. And what this new paper does is it finally gives us all the missing pieces. For the first time, we have a complete picture of the statistical landscape of entanglement.
And why is this important? Does this just help us understand entanglement better, or does it have implications for, the development of quantum technologies?
It's both, actually. This new understanding is really important for quantum information science. You see, these statistical patterns aren't just some abstract concept. They're actually foundational for building things like quantum computers and other quantum devices.
So how does this new knowledge help us build better quantum computers?
Well, now we have a much more solid foundation for how we actually assess whether quantum devices are working correctly. Are they really operating in a quantum mechanical way? By having a complete understanding of entanglement in these fundamental tests, we now have a more precise benchmark to compare our measurements to.
So it's like we have a gold standard now. We know exactly what to look for.
Precisely. It's a huge step forward in validating quantum devices and making sure they're performing as expected.
So it sounds like this is a really big deal, not just for theoretical physics, but also for the future of quantum technology.
Absolutely. And it also helps us answer some really fundamental questions about quantum physics itself. By defining the full scope of these quantum statistics, this research actually deepens our understanding of the limits of quantum mechanics. Like, what are the absolute boundaries of quantum behavior? This work gives us new ways to explore that question.
Wow, so this is more than just solving a 40-year-old puzzle. It's opening up whole new avenues of research.
Exactly. It's really exciting to see where this will lead.
Okay, so to sum it all up, this decades-old quantum puzzle about entanglement has finally been solved. And it's a big deal for a couple of reasons, right? First, it's a major step forward in developing and validating new quantum technologies.
Right.
And second, it gives us a deeper understanding of the fundamental laws of quantum mechanics.
I think that's a really good summary.
So for our listeners out there, the key takeaway is this. With this clearer understanding of entanglement, we might be able to unlock possibilities in quantum technology that we couldn't even imagine before.
Absolutely. It really makes you wonder what the future holds for quantum technology.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.
It was my pleasure.
And for everyone listening, we'll see you next time when we dive into another fascinating topic.
Until then.
Bye for now.